Hello friends, welcome to day 8 of my 12 Days of Christmas series. In this video, we are going to make a peekaboo tumbler with a little bit of a colorful preppy twist. So I'm starting out with my tumbler here. This is a 32 ounce tapered tumbler from, I think, Hog, and I'm going to do the quick glitter method on this cup. Now for this peekaboo, we're not going to see a ton of this glitter peeking through. It's just going to be more of an outline or accent color. So I wouldn't spend too much time trying to get your glitter perfect or get a blend or anything like that. So what I'm doing is first I mix my glitter into my epoxy for the quick glitter method. So this is FILIGREE XL from Chase Ray Creations mixed in with my Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Artist Cure Epoxy. And I'm going to spread that all over my tumbler, and I'm getting it as even as I can, but I'm not super concerned with the splotchy application because I'm going to add more glitter to the tumbler right away. So I'm going to just take some different silver, chunky, really dimensional glitters and just put them all over the cup. I'm going to kind of just wherever my heart desires. Again, don't worry about a blend or anything here. I'm just trying to create a little bit of a dimensional, super sparkly base for this peekaboo. After this first coat of epoxy with the raw glitter cured, I added 2 more coats of epoxy to the tumbler so that it's totally smooth and ready for our peekaboo. After those 2 coats, I did do a little bit of sanding, again, to make sure it's as smooth as can be. We're not doing a glitter outer layer for our peekaboo, we're just going to do paint, so I don't want a bunch of bumps all over my cup. So make sure it's super smooth. And then we can start on the peekaboo portion, my favorite. I'm going to do a super quick overview of how I'm getting all of these stencils and outlines and everything that we're going to use in this video. So we're going to need our stencil first. That's going to be the outlines or the offsets of all of these images that I'm importing into Silhouette Studio now. So we'll need the outline, the white background, because of course I'm going to print these on my clear sticker paper. You definitely don't have to do that. I just think they print better and it's just easier for me to work with. I don't have to do the print and cut on my Silhouette, which I hate. So outline, white vinyl background, clear vinyl print, and then we're going to do a super thin outline of the offset at the very end to make everything pop. So we're really going to need 4 versions of our ornaments and our decal. So starting off, I'm bringing all of the regular PNG files into my Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to work off of these. So I'm going to size them all. I think I made them all about 3 inches tall. And then I'm going to make a duplicate of them. So I'm going to copy them all. And then this is going to be my white background. So your white background is the exact same file, just cut out of vinyl instead of printed. And then we're going to make an offset from those white backing ornaments that we've got, and that's going to be the stencil for our peekaboo. And I did the exact same thing for the quote that we're going to put on this tumbler. I brought the file into Silhouette Studio, created my offset, welded them together, and that's going to be the stencil for the quote. I cut everything out of my stencil vinyl, and now I'm going to apply everything to my tumbler. For the quote, I think I made it 5 inches tall, And I'm just going to put that right in the middle of the cup, and then I'm going to try my best to fit as many of these ornaments on my tumbler as I can. I think I ended up getting them all on there except for one, which I was very proud of. One thing I also did that I don't know if it really made any sort of difference, but I wanted to do it just in case I needed the reference. I numbered each one of my ornament shapes, and I kind of carried that through as I was cutting and printing everything. So if I had a hard time matching things up, I would know like, oh, this ornament is number 1 and this outline belongs to number 1, just so I could help myself match things up if I needed the assistance. After applying my stencils, I painted the cup with my light pink acrylic paint, and once that was dry, I was ready to apply my first little layer of epoxy here. So I'm going to, in this epoxy, mix a little bit of Pop's Beard from Simply Sarah into the epoxy just to give it a tiny little bit of sheen and sparkle. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I just wanted to add like the slightest little hint of sparkle. You can also add an ultrafine glitter into this coat of epoxy if you wanted to. I'm gonna keep this coat so super duper thin, like as thin as I possibly can, because remember, we have to peel up all of our stencil vinyl, so we don't want this super thick coat of epoxy that we're going to have to work through. So I'm going to apply my epoxy on my turner, and then I'm going to take my cup off my turner so that I can peel up all of that stencil vinyl. You're definitely going to want to be wearing gloves when you do this because of the epoxy. I'm also using my pin pen to pick up my stencils, but feel free, of course, to use any tool that you're the most comfortable with. Sometimes I like to use tweezers, sometimes I use the pin pen. It really just depends. Depends. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to go through and as carefully as I can and as quickly as I can, I'm going to peel up my stencil vinyl. This kind of peely is the stressful kind. It's not the fun, like relaxing kind that I usually like. So I was a wee bit stressed out when I was doing this just because there's epoxy, it's slippery. It like takes the fun out of peely. I still do love revealing the glitter underneath though. Once I had all of my peely done, I took the cup back over to my turner. This epoxy coat is still wet, still sticky. This is why we don't use fast set in a situation like this, because we want as much working time as possible. And I'm going to add some more glitter. This wasn't initially part of my plan, but then I thought, well, I have to. I just have this compulsive need to add more glitter. So what I'm going to do is take She Said Yes from Chase Ray Creations, and I'm just going to sprinkle it very sparingly in those bare pink sections just to give us a little bit more dimension, obviously a little bit more sparkle. One thing I really like about this glitter in particular is that it's got a little bit of everything in it. You've got some chunky pieces, some fine pieces, some little like shardy pieces. So it's very sparkly, very dimensional, very interesting to look at. So I'm gonna add that, and then I'm gonna let my cup just cure and spin. And after that layer of epoxy is cured, this is what we've got for our cup. Now, one thing that I should have done, and I realize it like halfway through putting this decal on, is I should have done a coat of epoxy over that glitter and over our whole peekaboo to make it a nice smooth surface for this vinyl work. I'm going to put on our main decal. So this is just the original file that we brought into Silhouette Studio, cut out of white vinyl. And I'm going to place it within that glitter peekaboo offset there. And you'll see it's not quite the smoothest. It doesn't look super pretty, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to get covered up. This is just the white base for the clear vinyl that we're going to put on it later. So I'm going to put this white decal on, do a coat of epoxy, and then we'll put the white pieces in for the ornaments. So what I would recommend doing is after you sprinkle your little glitter into your peekaboo epoxy coat, go ahead and just do another regular plain coat of epoxy to smooth everything out, and then you can go in with your white vinyl. Once you've got your white vinyl backgrounds in your peekaboo sections, you can go ahead and print out your actual PNG files onto your clear sticker paper. So I kept all of the settings the same, and I just printed these within Silhouette Studio. Even though I'm not doing the print and cut, I wanted to make sure that the sizes didn't get translated weird, and I wanted to make sure everything was going to line up the right way. So I'm just going to cut these out by hand as close as I can to the edges. I'm not super worried about seeing any edges around the clear vinyl because our cup has that coat of epoxy on it. Everything's pretty shiny. I'm not super worried about seeing any like clear decal edges showing through my epoxy. So again, cutting these out by hand, I'm just gonna line them up and match them with their coordinating ornament on the tumbler, and then we're gonna have a super fun and colorful tumbler. I am so excited about this one. I think it's coming together so well, and I'm really excited for you guys to see the final design. It's probably one of my favorites in this series. Okay, now for the wording, our quote decal, I took all of the patterns that were in the ornaments that we used on the tumbler, and I filled my decal in with those same patterns. So there's a little bit of each ornament within this quote. I just did that in Procreate. If you guys want a separate little like mini tutorial on how I did that, let me know, and I can just put a quick little video up here showing you how to get that look. But once that was done, I printed that out in the same clear sticker paper, and I'm just gonna line that up the exact same way we did the ornaments. Once I had all of my clear vinyl applied to my tumbler, I did 2 more super thin coats of epoxy, and now I'm ready to apply my outlines to all of my peekaboo sections. So I'm going to do the outlines a little bit differently for the quote and then for the ornaments. I created the thinnest offset that I possibly could. This is a 0.02 offset. And what I did is I took the regular file and sliced it out of the offset to create the outline. I have a full tutorial on my channel for how to do that. If you want to watch it, I will link it down below for you. And now I'm reverse weeding it because she is so thin and delicate. I didn't want to risk ruining it and having to cut it all again. So once I've got this weeded, I'm going to, as carefully as I can, line the outline up with the decal. So for the quote decal, I'm actually outlining the colorful letters and not the offset, but for the ornaments, I'm going to outline the offset. Now you can do it however you want. I just thought it might give a little bit of different definition. I don't know, I thought outlining the letters themselves would make them easier to read, but then I thought outlining the offset for the ornaments would make them pop a little bit more and give the whole design a little bit more of a finished look. So after I had all of my outlines applied, I went in and did my final 2 coats of epoxy. I am kind of considering maybe somehow adding more glitter to this tumbler. I don't know. I really love how it looks now, but I've just had so much fun doing it. I want to add more. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button too so you don't miss any of my new videos. Thanks so much for watching. As always, you guys are the best, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 9 of the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, see you soon. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I want to say a huge thank you to my channel subscribers, channel members, and a special thank you and shout out to my elite fam over on Patreon. You all make this channel possible, and I am so thankful for you. If you want to get in on the elite experience and get a little bit of extra content from me, you can join at patreon.com/elitefam. All right, here's another video for you to check out. I'll see you there. Love you. Bye.